Well, good morning, everyone. This is R. Vermil 47, Robert Vermillion, coming to you from Dallas, Texas. Today is April the 13th, 2012. Making this video at 11:35 Central Daylight Time. This is a look at the current weather map. This one they put it together first thing in the morning, so they put this one together at 4:13 this morning at Eastern time. But this kind of gives you a layout of what's going on and shows you the big storm system that is coming into the west that is going to be causing some problems for many folks in different ways. You can see we've got heavy snows, rain, and thunderstorms out here in the west. The low-level lows are kind of lined up here as they kind of swing down through and go up. And so for my friends up there in Oregon, you're still going to have nasty weather. I know you've been having it for several days, and it's probably going to continue. So it's almost over, though. The storm system is just about to probably pass through. Again, there's a slight chance of severe thunderstorms across Oklahoma, Kansas, and northwestern Texas today, and we'll get into more of that here in a minute. East Coast looks just kind of quiet. Now here's the jet stream chart that I show you, and again, here's our big system coming in. There's the ridge in the middle of the U.S., almost moving into the eastern sections, and we've got a little jet max moving off the east coast. This is a strong system. It's a cold upper level system, plus it's got a lot of wind energy in it. You can see that the computer is extrapolating a max out here of between 125 and 150 knots. But this nose is punching in here today, and that's going to put today's severe weather potential probably right here. And today, right now, they've just put us in a slight risk of severe thunderstorms, and because we're still going to wait for this backside to move in, and then Saturday looks to be one of those scary days for some people here in the central sections. But anyway, we've seen this pattern, most of the week, and it's become progressive finally. And again, the upper level low, it's large, got lots of wind, it's got very cold upper level temperatures. It's a powerhouse storm. Okay, here's a look at the water vapor satellite, and it's pretty obvious to see. Of course, we lose some data here. That happens a lot, but the base of the storm, or the center of the upper level storm is moving into the west coast now, and indicated by these, again, puffy kind of singular clouds that show up in there. That is always a definite indication that it's a very cold core system, and it's going to have a lot of energy with it. This little spike of energy coming out right here is what's going to give the chance of severe thunderstorms today across the southern plains mainly. What's coming off here and begins to move in is going to cause the big problems on Saturday up in here. And again, this shows you kind of think about the previous wind chart. Again, you can see, here we go, the ridge and then the trough and the winds off the east coast. Here's the day one convective outlook, which would be for today, Friday. Again, as I was pointing out, the slight risk of severe weather, and it's a standard slight risk, will mainly be from northwestern Texas through Oklahoma and to southeastern Kansas, and with surrounding that with just chances of thunderstorms. Also, here we can tell we've got more energy coming through because general thunderstorms are forecast here for the Intermountain region, and then also seeing a risk here of just thunderstorm activity along the west coast, and down in the southern sections where the cold air aloft is coming in, we could see again some tornado and wind activity in the California to be reported today, so don't be surprised you hear that. The main threats here right now, unless we get some updates and data changes, is going to be mainly very large hail and high wind events, and there could be isolated tornadoes in this. But right now, it looks like the main thing will be probably some severe hail in this. Okay, here's the day 2 convective outlook, and which would be for Saturday. And we have a high risk. Now, high risks are not issued very often. Generally, we see them maybe 5 to 10 of them every spring season. So when the Storm Prediction Center issues an area of high risk, that means things are coming together for a pretty decent severe weather outbreak. And it looks to me like we're going to see a tornado outbreak, and these could be large and long-lived tornadoes with long tracks from central Kansas down into central Oklahoma. This could be a very serious situation. In fact, some of the wording I thought was interesting when I was reading the discussion for this graphic, and the forecaster talks about how he collaborated with the weather forecast offices around in Wichita, Kansas, Norman, Oklahoma, Topeka, Kansas, and Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Dodge City, Kansas, and decided that the high risk would be issued due to the potential for a high-end life-threatening event. So it's pretty strong wording from the forecaster that put together the reasoning behind this map. So anywhere in the moderate area, people, that thunderstorms that usually form in moderate risk are our tornado makers. High risk, that's just some dangerous tornadoes in there. Now, remember, this could be adjusted either way a little bit, up or down, or it could be enlarged. But right now, the looks like the worst of the weather will be from northwest from Texas all the way up into what is that? Hello, Robert. Where are you? That is not. Okay, that's Nebraska. Sorry, I got a little distracted there with some data that was coming in. Anyway, and plus I just forgot the state. What are you gonna do? Anyway, areas all in this region, all the yellow shaded region needs to pay attention. The red shaded region really needs to pay attention, and of course, then this pink area is the area that is going to be in the area that's has the most potential for the setup for large track tornadoes and a lot of damage. So we'll have to keep our prayers going for folks here and hope that they stay out and they don't hit the populated areas and stay out in maybe some of the rural areas. So again, just be alert tomorrow, folks, if you live in the central sections of the United States. Now here's the day 3 outlook, which would be Sunday, and this shows the slight risk for severe weather. And again, as this storm system progresses eastward, it's probably going to be dragging a squall line probably down here with it. Depending on what weather happens on Saturday morning, and then Saturday afternoon here will make a lot of difference in what happens as this moves east. We could have areas that are not quite as unstable as we think, or if there's not much cloudiness ahead, we may see like a moderate risk put at for this area if this air mass is able to become very unstable with afternoon heating. So for Sunday, it looks like again a slight chance, which again we'll see if it's 3 days out, so we'll see if they up that to anything moderate. But again, from East Texas into most of Arkansas and southern Illinois, we will keep our eye out for severe weather. And then we've got this up in Minnesota. We do have a slight chance going on there. Get a little quick space weather in here for you real quick, and we did have a G1 geomagnetic storm that started last night, and I had some pretty decent auroras as far south as some of the northern sections of the United States. So with some a nice surprise auroras there. As you can see, the storm has died off. The KP index is down into the it's 2 or below now. But there for several hours, we had some pretty good storming going on. This is the ambient solar wind model, and you can see that this is where we were clipped by it was a high-speed coronal hole, and that's what caused that geomagnetic storm this morning, or late yesterday evening. Wind speeds of the space weather or space wind elevated quite a bit, and the BZ component of the this space wind, solar wind. Okay, Robert, get it together. The BZ component of the solar wind tilted south, and so that combined with the gusty coronal hole caused us to have the nice shot at auroras, and several people got to see those. That was nice. This is from the SDO. This is the sun. This is from the SDO satellite. I would say the culprit of this morning or yesterday evening's high-speed solar wind stream came from either this coronal hole, some leftovers from it, or we've got this one that's becoming quite geo-effective too. It's not a very big one, but again, sometimes it doesn't have to be a very big one. It just depends on the situation by the time the solar wind reaches the Earth. So there's probably the culprits of that. Got a new area here forming up that we'll watch for some flaring over the next coming days. Okay, I'll go ahead and leave you with the day 2 outlook here again, just to remind folks to keep your heads up, ears open, NOAA weather radios, all hazard radios, local television and radio. Just stay within earshot of them on tomorrow, people, Saturday, because it's going to be a newsmaker. All right, this is Robert Vermillion coming to you from Dallas, Texas, and it is Friday the 13th, and I will keep up with the weather and talk to you later. Y'all take care.